to Painting with Love. I'm Natalie. So today's going to be very exciting for you guys because I'm finally going to show you how to paint a portrait step by step. So all you got to do is go sketch out something, draw something up, however you can, the best you can. Just do it, get her done, and then I'm going to show you how to paint, okay? But today I'm going to do Barbra Streisand, and I'm going to show you, everything you need to know. We're going to talk about the color scheme I'm going to use. I'm going to show you how to mix colors. Now, normally when I start a fresh painting, I have a fresh, clean palette, but I just got done painting some portraits, so I don't want to waste all this extra paint because I need some of these colors. So just set up your palette, get your primary colors or whatever colors you want to use. Okay, you don't have to squirt out every single color. Remember, you can mix a lot of the colors too. And I do that just straight on the canvas. So sometimes I'll just mix the colors straight on the canvas. But I did want to show you a good idea. If you ever go to KFC or fast food restaurants, a lot of times they give you these cool little Tupperware containers. And they're like really good. They're airtight. They lock on good. The lids lock on good. I like these. I save them because if I ever need like a whole bunch of one color that I'm going to use on a big painting spread all over, I don't want to make a ton of it here in my palette. So I'll just, mix the color straight in here with my glaze and whatever color paint I'm going to use, and I'll stir it all together, and then you can refrigerate it and put the lid back on, and it makes your paints last longer if you don't have one of these airtight things. These airtight containers, you guys need one of these. They're very good to save a lot of your paint, which will, in the long term, save you a lot of money. So anyways, get these Tupperware containers, save them if you ever eat at KFC or I don't even know where else. My aunt, she gives these to me too, so she loves to save stuff. She's always like, oh, I love these little containers. All right. Anyway, so that's a good idea, huh? All right, so you're going to make sure you need to get your glaze, your water bottle, palette, paints, canvas, sketch something up. You don't have to do Barbra Streisand if you don't want, but I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do this one. All right, and you'll notice I don't have any details like the swirls or the starfish or anything like that. A lot of times when I'm painting, I'll kind of just add that in. I'll sketch that in because I'm not quite sure what I want to do, and then all of a sudden I get inspired. I have a image in here of what I want as far as colors and stuff, but all the little details come in when I'm painting, so you'll see me work that in. But get your glazing medium, your brushes. You're going to need a wide variety. Also, you guys, you can save your jars from like relish or pickles and stuff like that. Save them, wash them out. It's a good way to recycle. Be green or whatever, and then you can put your brushes in there, which I like to do. So do that. That's another good idea. I'm full of them. All right, so today I wanted to show you the color wheel, show you what I'm going to do. I am going to do split complementary blue, violet, and yellow orange for this painting. So split complementary, the little thin triangle, and that's going to be blue, violet, and yellow orange. So those are the main colors I'm going to use on this painting. Now remember, you can also add their complements, and that's how I'll get their neutrals. So blue's complement is orange. So in order to get maybe some nice browns and stuff, I will use blue mixed with orange. Okay, and then you also add black or white or gray to get your tints, tones, and shades. So this is going to be fun. I'm super excited to show you guys. This is like where it's like Bob Ross is coming back, but I'm a female, and I'm your like happy painter natty. There you go. I'm your arts and crafts guru. Bob Ross, watch out. Actually, I know your spirit's with me. You're probably watching encouraging me. It's probably where I got this idea from. Anyways, alrighty then, you guys. So let's get going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get kind of a round brush here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to start with a round brush. This is I got these at Michael's. This one actually doesn't have a number. Well, it probably did, but it probably wore off. Anyways, I'm going to use this round one. Look at that, and you can kind of look through your brushes and see what size to work with. Or work with whatever you want, you know. I don't know what you're painting, so based on what you're painting, that's what you'd use. But I like to start with the eyes, okay? So the eyes are the first thing that I work with. I always print up the picture, tape it, because I'm going to really need to look at it. I also need my magnifying glass. I don't know if I've suggested getting these to you guys or not, but in my videos. But I think I said you need to get a magnifying glass because it's really good to look at the picture, so you can really see the shapes and stuff like that. That's one of my tricks right here is this magnifying glass. It really helps a ton. You can really get in close, you know. Anyways, I think you can get this from a photography place, you know. It's to look at negatives and stuff on film, like from back in the day. Who knows if they even have these anymore because everything's digital. Okay, so let's see here. So what I'm going to do is make sure you have your water, you guys. Try to set up the camera where you can get a good view and see pretty much everything, but I think I set it up pretty good so you can see. Alright, so what I'm going to do, wrap this around my neck, get that ready because I'm going to need that. I got my painting clothes on. Make sure to get your painting clothes on. I've got my ratty-tatty old jeans that already have paint on them. Once they kind of started shredding up, I was like, all right, that's painting clothes. So make sure you have your painting clothes on. So if you get paint on your clothes, you won't be pissed that you ruined it. All right, so what I'm going to use for this is blue, violet, and yellow orange. So I want to start with blue. I'm going to use cerulean blue, which is this one right here. Cerulean blue. I already have some on there. All I'm going to do is add some glaze to it. This is where I want to make it very translucent. I don't want it to be thick in color. Alright, so it's going to actually pick up a lot of this pencil right here, which is totally fine because you just keep building up layers and eventually you lose those pencil marks. So I'm adding a bunch. Alright, I'm going to mix that up real good. I'll probably even add more than that. But for now, put that over there. Make sure you have paper towel. I like the Viva paper towels. They're really soft. They're like towels. They're actually like towels. They don't just shred and crumble. So I always get the really nice, soft, towel-y-like paper towels. Get those if you want. They last longer too. Okay, so make sure my brush is ready. Now I'm just going to mix this up. It's going to be kind of like milky looking, but it dries clear and very see-through, translucent, which is really nice because when you build up the layers and all the colors, you can see colors underneath colors. It picks up the colors from that you paint. It really makes everything bright. So I'm getting a nice light sky blue here, which is totally fine because that's what I want to do. I picture this painting in soft blues with really bright orange and purple makeup. I just picture very soft blues though. Even the skin tone is going to be very, very pale with tints of blues and violets. So, you know, it takes a while to mix and then you just test it and see, you know, how it looks. I always start with the eyes though. You're probably like, why is she using blue on the eyes instead of black or brown? But see what I mean, how it picks up the pencil underneath? Now teaching you how to draw is going to be a very difficult task because it's very hard to explain how you draw something. Everything shapes to me and I really pay attention to what this, you know, what her eye looks like. And a lot of times you can even not look at your canvas. I just look straight at the picture and just try to follow it. It's like painting blind, you know, you just kind of feel that color. Now I'll come down here. I always start with the eyes because that's the basis of the painting. Everything is formed from the eyes, you know. It's like the center. It's where I have to start. Now this is just like basically marking on my pencil, making sure I don't mess anything up. I'm just kind of going in, just, you know, adding where I want on my shadows. I'm going to do the eyebrows here. But you see how this is really glazed down? Otherwise it would be really kind of a dark blue, you know? You know, I think of her eyes as like almonds. They kind of look like almond shaped to me. Barbara Streisand, I love her. My mom really loved her. So I remember my mom always listening to her music and just loved Barbara Streisand. Loved how she stood up for herself when they were trying to tell her to get a nose job. She's like, nope, this is my nose. Deal with it. That's right. Love that. It shows how strong of a person she is. She wasn't going to let anybody tell her. This is me, and I love my nose. So, you know, I'm kind of a visual learner, you guys. Maybe you can just hopefully just watch how I do this and see. I don't really have to explain too much. You know, give me some questions. Leave some questions and comments in my description of the videos. That way it will help me figure out, you know, what exactly to describe to you guys when I'm painting and stuff. You know, I'm just looking at all these shapes and I'm just trying to go over my pencil marks so I don't lose anything. You have to re-sketch, get the main idea. And everything's going to kind of look like a blue-gray, which is fine because I'll go back in and I'll add all the violets and the creamy whites and beiges and golds and all those beautiful colors. So don't get, you know, if it doesn't look like perfect right away, don't get all mad and frustrated. It's a layering process, you know. You got to be patient. Because, I mean, there's times where I'm like, I look at a painting from far away after I'm in, like, layer number 3. I'm like, oh, God, what am I doing? I don't even know if I see that being a great painting. And I'm like, nah, I got to take a break. I'll set it aside. And after I, you know, re-envision, then I'll tackle it again. And I'll go at it and I'll just start painting again. And most of the time I end up fixing them and they end up turning out great. But there's times where I look at them and I'm like, there's no hope. There is no hope for this painting. It's done. D-U-N. It is fired. Oh, so anyways. Alright, you guys. You know, you dip your paintbrush in water every now and then. Make sure you have your spray bottle. I like to keep this nice and wet. Keep your pens nice and wet. That way they don't dry up on you. Okay? Alright. Here we go. More blue. We'll go back to her pupils now and her eyes. Now, look at, I'm still using the light blue. I'm going to use this for the first layer, pretty much. Yeah, it's a layering process. So you're going to have probably one main color that you're going to work with, and then you just add on other colors. So check this out. I'll show you that real fast. All right, let's say I want to do the skin tone over here. I like this blue. I'm kind of going to keep her skin in real milky colors, right? So complementary blue is orange. So I'm going to use cadmium red light, which is basically a red orange. And that makes a nice skin tone. I already have some mixed up over here. And I already have it mixed with white. So I used cadmium red light, white, and a touch of light, or this blue, this glazed blue. And now I'm going to mix that. I'm going to dip my brush in that cadmium red light, already mixed down with some white. Just a little bit. And remember, you can mix straight on the canvas, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to add some glaze to that cadmium red light and the white, because I like it really translucent for this first layer. So now I'm just mixing it up. So again, this is cadmium red light, glaze, white, and cerulean blue. Just a touch of the cerulean blue that I mix with a ton of glaze. So I'm just going to add some to it right there. And these colors don't have to be perfect. Now I'm just going to go straight on the canvas here. Here we go. Now watch this. I'm just going to keep adding. And look at all these range of colors, okay? There's a chunk of white. And you just, I want these colors to be pretty milky. And like, not very bright. The only thing I really want to be bright is her eyes. And right now they don't look that bright, but it will be. Give it time. So it's kind of a gray color that I've created, right? So I want a little bit more cadmium red light. I just dip my brush straight in the cadmium red light, which is more of an orangey color. You see that? Now this is a neutral. So I haven't used the yellow orange or the red or the violet yet, but I will. And a neutral is considered not really like a color in your color scheme. So you can always use your neutrals. With your colors that you use. Sometimes you'll drop your brush and stuff. Alright, so now I want a ton of white, right? I'm just going to add the white straight on there. Pick up some of that glaze. And look, I'm just going to kind of push the paint around and move it around. I'm just kind of playing around, figuring out what tones I want to use, and what shades, and color, hues, I really want it to be milky, though. I really want milky, beigey colors. Except for her eyes, are going to be really brilliant and beautiful. And I even want a little bit more blue, so I'm dip back in the cerulean blue. Okay. Kind of a gray color. See a shadow all the way around her nose here. And you do all the detailing and the blending as you go. It gets better, once we add more paint and stuff. Okay, so now I want more orange over here. Or no, I think I'm going to go with a blue. Well, here. No, I'm going to add more that cadmium red light here. Mixed with white. And then it's going to fade more to blue. But now I'm dipping back into white again. See, it's just a non-stop. You're going from one color to the next. See how I'm not even mixing this on the palette? I'm just going straight on the canvas, kind of working them together. Lots of white for the skin. If you want a really pale skin, use a lot of white and just a touch of any color that you're using. And I'm going to use more blue over here. I want her to be really, almost like she's under the water. Just really blue skin. Light blues and grays with touches of real natural skin tone. A lot of times I gotta sit back too, and I'm really looking at like the jawline, because the jawline, women jawlines are very delicate and dainty. Most of the time they're not, very Men's jawlines are very harsh. Like, you know what I mean? They're more like hard edges. But women have more softer edges. Okay, so now I'm going to add more red, cadmium red light. Ooh, that's a little much. So just add some glaze. That's a little much, but that's all right. We'll go up here. See if you put too much paint. Remember, you can always mix it in somewhere else. This side of her skin is going to be more in shadow. I know in my time-lapse painting videos, it seems like I whip these paintings out, but these paintings take a very long time. You know? I mean, they take a long time. I take like at least probably 10 different sittings, and each sitting is anywhere from like 6 to 10 hours with a few breaks in between. So, you know, painting can take a very long time. It's not just something I just whip up. I'm doing these creamy colors, remember? Except for over here on this side. This side's going to be more in shadow. Okay, I need more glaze. I need to add it to the white. And this one's almost out. This one will mix with that. I got another one. Okay. Very white, milky skin. And you'll see my blending will get better too as I, keep painting. Everything will blend better. And a lot of times I'll work with only a few brushes for each painting. Like right now I'm sticking with this because I'm trying to still like draw. It's like I'm still drawing my painting. So I'm not going to have a big brush. I don't want to mess it up. I'm still like trying to draw it. Ooh, a little pink guy in there. So I'll just add a little more blue because blue will make it violet, which I actually want some violet in here too. Ooh, this is going to be such a nice painting. If you guys could see what I see in my head right now, you'd be like, oh, Natty. All right. So let's see here. Now I'm going to add, let's see here. Yeah, I want to do just this back here. This is color block. I'm just going to take that light blue that I already made. Now you can really see how glazed down it is. You see that? See how it's like a nice light blue? And then you can even add white to that. Make it even paler blue. So this is just layer 1 so far. Okay, now I'm going to get a bigger brush because I'm going to go to this skin tone over here, the rest of this. So I'm going to dip my brush into that white with the glaze and just start putting it on with a little bit of cadmium red light. And this is going to create a really nice porcelain, milky skin tone. And then I'll even add some blues as I go.